out of this room really soon because I'm moving in with my boyfriend, which is crazy. I've lived in like 3 share houses and never lived with a boyfriend before, but I'm excited. So now I have to say goodbye to this beautiful room. I turned the fan off so the sound will be better. I also have to say goodbye to the amazing view.
I saw it all alright.
Not so blue today, but you can see the great ocean.
Can't have been cheap. Oh, they got a fair price. And it's between you and me, but it don't look much different than it does on the TV. At least now I can say that we've been Paris in the desert.
Moving day. He is so happy to be carrying stuff. Goodbye to this street. You know, this street like made me fall in love with Genova because it was such a nice street to live on. Bye. Next time we will not move in the middle of July in this heat.
It's fucking terrible.
Tremendous heat. Pasta break.
And you don't even know the chorus line ends or where it begins, but I know we'll keep singing it over again.
Okay, now I will do the empty house tour. With the fridge, we have outside, little balcony, an entryway, and all of this mess. And then we have another balcony here. And you can see the ocean. And then we have bedrooms, super bright. Love the cabinet and the bathroom, which has everything. Yesterday, it actually took us 10.5 hours to move. We were so stupid. We arrived back from Spain at fucking like midnight on Sunday night because we'd booked this like trip away. We were supposed to move into this house weeks ago. Anyway, long story short, the flight was delayed. Then we went to pick up our car from the airport. There was a problem with the car. We ended up going to sleep at 2 a.m. The next day, because we were in Milan, so we had to drive all the way back to Genova. Our stuff was in the old apartment, which is on the 5th floor with no stairs, so you can imagine. And then of course, like, the car is parked in the piazza. The car is not parked out the front of the house because we live on a commercial street. Lived on a commercial street. Every time you take like 3 bags to go all the way down the stairs, all the way down the street, all the way to the piazza, then back up again. Yesterday I aged 10 years. Anyway, time to get to work.
Fresh glimpse into hell. As a man down, the cops broke his teeth and he was screaming for help.
So now we reached the part of the day where it's time for me to do my favorite task, which is organizing the wardrobes. I have my cup of tea here and I'm really excited. So yeah, let's see what we're working with, and also I have to show you guys how much clothes and stuff we have. This is like excluding a bunch of winter stuff that Albie has at his mum's place. So I have all these bags here and all of this stuff. We have a long space, another one here, and we have a bunch of drawers over here. Then in this cabinet I want to put socks, underwear, stuff like that. This one is taller. This one is slightly shorter and has a drawer at the bottom. I have some really long slip dresses, and actually I think also all my coats are longer than Albie's. But I also think he would probably like the little drawer. I think there's two ways to organize how you hang things inside the closet. You can go by length. Everything long would be on the side and then it like progressively gets shorter. I think that that looks weird and unbalanced, and I realize that I sound like unhinged right now that I care what the inside of my closet looks like, but it's important to me. So I think it looks nicer when it's slightly staggered in terms of length and also categories. So we'll put the dresses together, the coats together, the skirts together, more or less organize it in a way that looks nice. And then we also have this problem. I have to find a way to put them. Where are people keeping their shoes, honestly? I guess we could keep them in the wardrobe. In an ideal world, all of our hangers would be more or less matching. But that's not my priority right now. My priority is being able to afford plates to eat off of, so... This is where we're up to. I think there's other stuff to be hung, but for now, this is what I could find. I organized mine in terms of coats, then like shirts and tops, then dresses and skirts. Okay, so this is finished for now. I mean, a lot of our winter stuff, as I said, is not here, it's in storage. So I did that thing where I basically stopped filming and I didn't finish the video or like show the result, which I got so busy around the time just after we moved in. I had to start writing my thesis, which is another video that I filmed that hopefully something about that will come out after this. But the final result, this is much more full and I filled everything in here. I also visited my home in Australia and I brought even more clothes back, so this became a lot more full. But aside from this, we haven't made that much progress in the 4 or 5 months that we've been living here in terms of furnishing. We've just been way too busy and also like spending all of our money on trips. But I did find on Facebook Marketplace these beautiful little vintage bedside tables, which I managed to get both of them for like 50 euros, which I think is good. This is what it looks like. They're like this beautiful finished wood with a marble top, which the marble is like a little bit discolored, but the dark wood, I think, sort of matches our cabinet over here, and then the marble matches our floor. So I think they work really well in this space. Also, when I went to Australia, I brought back some of my art prints that I had over there, which the last few clips of this video are going to be me attempting to figure out where to hang some of those. So thank you for watching.